Welcome to a journey back in time to the year 1902. This is video 3 in a 100-part series covering every year of the 20th century in detail. Let's explore the remarkable happenings of this pivotal year. By the way, yes, I am an AI. Why don't you just get over it, you f***ing twat? It's called technology. If you don't like it, go be Amish or something. The year begins with a milestone in medical history. On January 1st, New Zealand's Nurses Registration Act 1901 comes into effect, making it the first country to require state registration of nurses. Just days later, Ellen Doherty becomes the world's first registered nurse, setting a global standard for the profession. Meanwhile, in the United States, inventor Nathan Stubblefield demonstrates his wireless telephone device in Kentucky on January 1st, showcasing an early form of wireless communication that would pave the way for future technological advancements. Tragedy strikes on January 8th when a train collision occurs in New York City's Park Avenue tunnel. The accident results in 17 fatalities and 38 injuries, leading to increased public demand for safer electric trains and the eventual banning of steam locomotives in the city. In Japan, the Hakoda Mountains incident on January 23rd becomes one of the deadliest mountaineering disasters in history. A severe snowstorm during a military training exercise claims the lives of 199 soldiers, highlighting the perils of harsh winter conditions. February brings significant diplomatic and technological developments. The Anglo-Japanese alliance is signed on January 30th, marking a pivotal moment in international relations by recognizing Japan as an emerging world power. On February 15th, Berlin inaugurates its U-Bahn underground railway, enhancing urban transportation and setting a precedent for cities worldwide. US President Theodore Roosevelt makes a bold move against corporate monopolies on February 18th by prosecuting the Northern Securities Company under the Sherman Antitrust Act. This action signals a new era of antitrust enforcement in the United States. In South Africa, the Second Boer War sees one of its final battles at Tweebosch on March 7th. Boer forces secure a victory over the British, capturing a general and 200 of his men. This battle contributes to the momentum towards peace negotiations. April 2nd marks a milestone in entertainment with the opening of the Electric Theater in Los Angeles, the first movie theater in the United States. This venue brings the magic of cinema to the public and heralds the rise of Hollywood. On April 11th, Italian tenor Enrico Caruso makes history by recording music that becomes the first to sell 1 million copies, showcasing the growing influence of recorded music. Oh, hello, Ms. Robbinsdale? What does she want? I don't want to see her. Tell her to go to hell. I will not perform such a vile act for her. Absolutely not. May is marred by natural disasters. On May 7th, La Soufrière volcano erupts on the island of Saint Vincent, devastating northern areas and killing around 2,000 people. Just a day later, on May 8th, Mount Pelée erupts on Martinique, obliterating the town of Saint-Pierre and resulting in over 30,000 deaths. These eruptions emphasize the destructive power of nature and the need for better volcanic monitoring. Amidst the turmoil, a new nation emerges. On May 20th, Cuba gains formal independence from the United States after the end of military occupation following the Spanish-American War. The Republic of Cuba begins its journey as a sovereign nation. The Treaty of Vereeniging is signed on May 31st, officially ending the Second Boer War. The treaty brings peace between the British Empire and the South African republics, leading to the eventual formation of the Union of South Africa. Anyway, here's a word from our sponsor, Big Butts Butt Cream. The word is stapler. Labor movements gain momentum as the anthracite coal strike begins on June 2nd in the United States. Miners demand better wages and working conditions, highlighting the growing tensions between labor and industry. On June 15th, the New York Central Railroad introduces the 20th century limited passenger train between Chicago and New York City. This luxurious service symbolizes the golden age of rail travel. Australia makes a historic leap in women's rights on June 16th with the passage of the Commonwealth Franchise Act. The law grants women the right to vote and stand for federal parliament, making Australia one of the first countries to implement full women's suffrage at the national level. On July 2nd, the Philippine-American War officially ends, although conflicts continue in some regions. The conclusion of the war marks a significant step in the Philippines' complex path towards self-governance. August 9th sees the coronation of King Edward VII in the United Kingdom, ushering in the Edwardian era, characterized by significant social and technological changes. On August 22nd, President Theodore Roosevelt becomes the first U.S. president to ride in an automobile during a public appearance in Hartford, Connecticut, highlighting the burgeoning importance of the automobile in society. Cinema takes a giant leap forward on September 1st with the premiere of Georges Méliès' A Trip to the Moon in Paris. Considered the first science fiction film, it captivates audiences with its imaginative storytelling and special effects. October 16th marks the opening of the first Borstal Institution in Kent, England, introducing a new approach to rehabilitating young offenders through education and discipline. On October 21st, the anthracite coal strike in the US comes to an end after 5 months, resulting in a wage increase for miners and setting a precedent for federal intervention in labor disputes. In November, a heartwarming story unfolds. Inspired by a cartoon depicting President Roosevelt's compassionate refusal to shoot a bear cub, toymaker Maurice Michtom creates the first teddy bear. The stuffed toy becomes an enduring childhood favorite worldwide. Some people tell me I'm a bit of a teddy bear myself, a teddy bear with the heart of a demon. December brings feats of engineering and exploration. The first Aswan Dam on the Nile River in Egypt is completed on December 10th, aiming to control flooding and provide irrigation, a significant achievement in civil engineering. Meanwhile, the Discovery Expedition, led by Robert Falcon Scott, reaches further south than any previous explorers, pushing the boundaries of human endurance in Antarctica. 1902 was a year of endings and beginnings, of tragedies and triumphs, from advances in women's rights and transportation to the emergence of new nations and the magic of cinema. The events of this year left an indelible mark on history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through 1902. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified of the next 98 videos in this series detailing the entire 20th century.